Let's go back to Tehran and speak to the Iran foreign policy analyst Hamidreza Gholamzadeh. Thank you so much for your time, Hamidreza. Is it fair to say that Iran's military has been caught off guard? Should it not have been expecting this?
This attack is passing through a red line that there is no return for that. And as the Israelis have said, there is an all-out war now on the ground. So they have opened the gates of hell to themselves and to the region and to the country, to the whole world, I guess, because the attacks that are happening would be actually continued, and there would be exchange of missiles and fires between the two sides. There is not going to be left alone, these attacks, and Iranians would retaliate. So these would affect the whole world, and the stability of the region would be damaged, and that would translate into economic instability.
But you said that the reality is that the war has begun and that Israel has opened the gates of hell. But in terms of the military action from Iran, this is never, ever going to be a ground war. Geography just wouldn't allow it. So if it's an aerial contest between the two sides, will it be bigger, Iran's response, than last year's tit-for-tat attacks?
If there's going to be a full-fledged war, then there are possibility of a ground war as well. But that is very far away from now. But so we are going to have the same exchange of missiles, and the situation that we are saying air warfare would happening. And I would be expecting missiles being targeted at Israeli lands, and that would actually be targeting many areas, not just focusing on military sites, because Israelis have targeted civilian areas and residential buildings, and that means that in an all-out war, every target would be legitimate for Iranians, and that includes the American assets and interests as well. So Iran would react, and that reaction might drag Americans into the war, and that's something that the Americans need to pay the costs for, because they have long been trying to leave this region and move their focus from this region to East Asia. And now, by supporting the Israelis and by supporting this attack, they need to pay the price and be dragged into another war here. Unless they stop this war machine and try to actually stop them and to set the balance again. With this situation, the Israelis trying to stop Iranians and trying to stop Iranians from retaliating, it's not going to happen. And the words that President Trump has written on social media, that's something that shows they don't know Iranians at all. 40 years ago, more than 40 years ago, when Saddam attacked Iran, Iran did not have anything. Even the barbed wires were not available to Iranians. But Iran survived 8 years of war, which was supported by almost all the countries, or let's say almost all the powerful countries in the world, Europe, Americans, Arab countries, many of them. And Iran survived that war. Now, after 40 years, Iran has developed its capabilities, its missiles and everything, and it still has its allies in the region. Hezbollah has been weakened.
Hamidreza, I'm sorry, we're going to run out of time. And I have a very important question, because you have said that Iran now has different capabilities than a few years ago even. Is this now, do you think, definitively the end of the West's ability to influence Iran's nuclear program? There's supposed to be talks with the US this weekend in Oman. How are they going to happen now?
I don't think that there would be any negotiations in Oman anymore. They have already killed that. Especially with the support that President Trump showed. So there is no meaning into discussing nuclear deal or anything in Oman. So that would be killed. The attack in Natanz shows that they failed to damage Natanz facility either. So as it was expected, they failed to destroy facility in Natanz. Yes, the facilities on the ground, which were not sensitive, have been damaged. But under the ground, the main facilities, it doesn't seem to be destroyed seriously. And according to IAEA, there is no contamination and radiations in the region reported. So it means that the facility did not suffer a serious harm. Fordo has not reported any damages either. So if their main goal was to destroy Iranian nuclear capabilities, they have already failed to do that.
All right.
If they want to have the war, well, let's welcome that.
Well, we shall see what happens. Hamidreza Gholamzadeh, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much.